birthday, January 19th, along with a couple of interesting people also born on this day. Janis Joplin, Dolly Parton, and Edgar Allan Poe, also born on January 19th. Definitely in the company of some interesting folks on that Capricorn Aquarius cusp. So today is the last day of Capricorn. The sun will be shifting on into Aquarius and beginning our Aquarius season tonight. So very exciting shift of energy this week, guys. I don't know about you, but I am already feeling a lot better. Even though we're still in that sluggish movement where we go into the shadow point energy, retrograde season is coming to an end. Thank goodness. It has been a rough 3 or 4 months here, especially as we've had Mars in retrograde since Halloween. Day before Halloween, Mars went retrograde, finally came out of that position last week. And yesterday, our Mercury retrograde ended in the sign of Capricorn. So all my fellow Capricorns, we're all feeling it, especially people like me who were born with Mercury in Capricorn. So it was dancing right on top of my Mercury sign. And yes, for my Goaty friends out there, it is my birthday. They're asking in the live chat. I was like, yeah, it is my birthday today. January 19th is my day. So yeah, I am excited. This is actually my solar return for the year of 2023. So every year on your birthday, guys, you do get what's called a solar return chart. That's where the old time saying of many happy returns when it's somebody's birthday comes from, because that means the sun has returned back to the same degree that it was in when you were born. So if you ever have a reading with me, and whether it's on your birthday or not, just tell me if you want a solar return chart. I can do that for you, because this will show you what kind of pattern, what kind of energy that your year will be like. You get one every year around right on your birthday, right? It's always when the solar return happens where it was when you were born, and it's going to show you what kind of energies it would be. Say if you were born again this year in the location that you happen to be. So this is a very, very fun thing. I know, yes, I'm a Capricorn too, Joe. And oh yeah, no, we have been feeling it. I will tell you what. Pluto is in the last couple degrees of Capricorn. You know, for those of us who are born on that Capricorn Aquarius cusp, we are right in the line of that target, I tell you, and it's very intense. Hey, Yu good to see you, hon. And I think Krista's here, Heart of Gold. Ian, thank you so much for coming on in. So I'm just really excited about the astrology right now. The only planet that is still in retrograde is Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, and that's going to go out of retrograde as well very soon. That's actually leaving its retrograde station on the 21st. So in just a couple more days, we are completely out of retrograde season. So, you know, after that, we have all of February is clear, no retrogrades of our major planets. All of March is clear, and most of April is clear until the end of the month. There will be a Mercury retrograde at the end of April, but we've got like a good 3 solid months where there are literally no retrogrades of our major orbiting planets, and you will notice the difference as we are coming out of that. Keep again in mind that, you know, it will take some time for some of these shadow points to be reached, and that just means it takes a little time for that planet to come back, because it goes, you know, it hits the retrograde, say at 2 degrees of Gemini, right? And it goes back, 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 back. And then when it goes direct, it has to go back, back, forward again, hits that same 2-degree point, and then it's out of its shadow point. That's what that means. So once that's done, you really feel the clear of it, right? You may feel still a little sluggish. Sometimes after retrograde ends, I'll have a lot of people saying, are we still in the retrograde? Because it still feels a little funny, which is normal, right? Because it's still kind of got to go back through those points and get back to where it was when it went retrograde. So there you go. Hey, I know you, right? So Pluto be giving Aquarius his business. I like that, Joe. You're funny. That's a good one. Hey, Daisy. Good to see you, sweetheart. My darling Pisces. Oh, my goodness. No, it's you don't have to be a Capricorn to have been feeling this energy. Oh, there's a little bird on my window, so cute. Oh, they're all fluttering around my window. They're like, they're probably saying happy birthday and thanks for all the bird seed I give them. That's bro. The birds are like, happy birthday, dragon. Thanks for all the seeds. um, but yes, no, you don't have to be a Capricorn to have been feeling what's been going on, especially the last 3 or 4 months. It's been a slog, y'all. It has been a slog. It's not been easy for any of us. And yeah. It might be finches. They look a little bigger than finches, though. I do have a lot of chickadees, the little tufted titmice. I got those. I got the a lot of eastern bluebirds. I've been seeing more eastern bluebirds than ever. So yeah. So right now, you know, Saturn is in Aquarius. It's going to go into Pisces later this year. Venus is currently in Aquarius, sitting right next to Saturn. So I feel like right now, when it comes to love and romance, we are not feeling very squishy, warm, or fuzzy. This is a time right now where everybody, no matter where your relationship status is really looking at relationships from a very, very intellectual, practical standpoint. You can see it right here. This is what we've got today. See that Saturn, Saturn right here, Venus right here, both in the sign of Aquarius. And, you know, it's a very cool, detached energy. So I feel like, you know, if relationships have been challenging, or if you're still single and you're not sure if you want to be partnered or not, it's kind of like there's this real, like, backup energy. And it's very much kind of that cool, like, I don't know about this. And you're really looking at any kind of relationships, especially romantic ones, in a very detached and objective light, which is actually fine. We need those cycles to be able to see things from a less emotionally over-involved energy. And so that's very much where we are right now. You know, Sun conjunct Pluto right now, and that's not going to last for more than a week. But hey there, guys. Hey, Mary. I've missed you, sweetheart. Yeah, I haven't been doing a lot. And that's, you know, again, getting into the crappy energy of this last 3 or 4 months. I've been really sick. Off and on, off and on. I've had asthmatic attacks. I've had a number of colds and bronchial and sinus things. I've been on antibiotics a few times to clear it out. I've been on prednisone, you know, doing an inhaler off and on. I've just had a lot of stuff. And I haven't had COVID, thank goodness, right? Haven't had any major flus, but I just haven't been well, right? It's like I'm not completely like under the bus, but I'm not operating at 100%. So that's why I have not been doing hardly any uploads. I've been going live once in a while, but I've really been opting to take the best care of my health that I can because, as I always say, you can't help anyone else if you don't help yourself first. And it's just, you know, you have to practice what you preach. That's the way it goes. So, you know, that's a big reason, you know, and honestly, I don't know. You know, what's going to happen going into the future. I'm just being real careful with things. I'm going to some doctors and trying to get to the bottom of stuff and just get myself feeling as good as I can. Also coming up this week, we are going, I know, yeah, Mary, it's true. It's good for short term, like reducing inflammation. That's what I've done with it. Like I've just, you know, when you get the inflammation, just take a little bit of it and it'll calm it down, and you don't need to keep taking it because that stuff will weaken your immune system over time. So yeah, I absolutely, but I'll look into it, Heart of Gold, because I like to approach everything from both sides. You know, I look at the holistic. I'm actually looking for a new good Chinese doctor because I really love TCM, the traditional Chinese medicine, where you do herbs and acupuncture. I've had great success with that for over 20 years. And the doctor that I used to go to, I don't think she's practicing anymore, so I need to find a new one. So I'm definitely, you know, and I do all the good stuff, you know, good supplements, good diet, all of that, you know, but I also approach it from the practical side too, you know, the other side, which is the, you know, Western medicine, which is sometimes necessary to help certain things too. So it's, you know, I feel like I'm pretty balanced, like I have a good trajectory. But so what, and the other thing that's coming up this week, guys, is the Chinese Lunar New Year. Very, very excited about that. We are leaving behind the Year of the Ox. Not the ox, I'm sorry, the tiger. Ox, tiger, rabbit. That's it. We had the ox in 2021. Tiger was 2022. Rabbit is 2023. And so we're leaving behind the tiger energy, which is a lot more restless, free-spirited, a little more rough, a little rougher and more wild energy, more up yang energy. It's similar to Aquarius, right? The tiger is similar to Aquarius energy in the Western Association. And so we're heading into the year of the rabbit. The rabbit is similar to Pisces energy, right? It's a lot softer. It's very elegant. It's very cunning, crafty, just like rabbits. They're very good at surviving, but they do so in a way that is not bombastic or loud, right? They just sense the energy, they hear what's around them, and they get the heck out of there if they don't like the way it feels, right? So rabbit energy is really beautiful. I would also say rabbit years. Rabbit is one of the luckiest Chinese signs. Whether you're born in the year of the rabbit or not, does tend to be a luckier sign. See, the rabbit will be good for the pig because the pig is like Scorpio energy. So the rabbit is in good alignment with those born in the year of the pig. I love pig people, by the way. They're just amazing. I love them. Pig years don't tend to be very kind to me. They can be very intense, but I always love people born in that Chinese year. They're amazing. So we will talk more about that as we get into that cycle. I'm very excited for it. And then, of course, after the year of the rabbit comes the dragon. So my dragon year will be in 2024. Super fun. So yes, I'm going to do a quick collective reading, guys. Let's see what the energy is like for the end of retrograde season. Oh, there's a great channel I've been watching too. The guy's name is Joey Yap, Y-A-P, and he is a, Chinese astrologer, and I really dig him. I love Chinese astrology. I've done it for years. I've taught classes on it. And it's super, super fun in conjunction with Western astrology. I really like the combination of East and West. And he's really good. Joey Yap, check him out. He's got some really good general breakdowns for all of the people's year signs and how they will fare in the year of the rabbit. It's really interesting. Dragons did not have a good year last year. We had no auspicious stars. And so this year it actually gets a good bit better. It's not perfect, nothing ever is, but it's a lot better than last year. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, check him out. Look at your animal signs because we all have 4 pillars, right? We have the day, the month, the hour, and the year. I'm the year and the hour of the dragon. I'm in the day of the rat and the month of the ox. And you can actually, he has a website where you can upload your full Chinese Bazi chart for free. So it's really nice. Really, really great resource there. So let's get into it, guys. Let's see what we have got. We're just going to throw some cards and see what things are looking like for us. I have a feeling the next couple months are going to feel a lot nicer. It's just, not perfect. Nothing's ever perfect, but a lot nicer. Just not such a stuck energy. All right, dear angels, guardians, guides, ancestors, and friends. Let's see what we have for this end of retrograde season as we transition from Capricorn to Aquarius. How are things going to be, feel, and open up for the collective, please? Yeah, it's great potential. And look at that at the bottom. Okay, so top card, potential is growing. It's the potential for new life, new inspiration, new creativity. Really beautiful. And on the bottom, this one doesn't surprise me at all. I almost felt like this card was going to come out, was wonders, right? And this to me is one of the nicest cards in this deck. It's the potential for wonders, the potential for breakthroughs, potential for clearing your energy and coming into a place where you start to feel like, wow, okay, things are actually moving. I'm amazed at what's happening. You know, maybe you've been feeling like, you know, you've been pushing that rock for so, so long and finally it starts to budge, right? That's the way that feels to me. That's just my intuition on that. Oh yeah, and look at what the next cards would have been is flow and flexibility, okay? There's that tiger. We're leaving the year of the tiger. Oh my goodness, flowing into things. Yes, and I think that that's really what it is. It's about flow. It's about things moving easier and freer now than they have. So let's get into some tarot for how this is going to open up. What should we focus on, please, Spirit, for our planetary direct season as we're leaving these retrogrades behind? What is the best use of this energy for us as a collective, please? Oh, wow. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So look at the immediate past, y'all. Four of Wands. Yes, we have been in a timeout for quite a while. And yeah, it feels like it has been about 3 or 4 months. And this is like, I feel this one on a personal level because I do feel like that's been me. I've like had no choice except to rest, recover, get better, heal, reflect, not engage in the battles of life very much at all. Whew. That's really what it's been. This has been major downtime. Yeah, but it's been good, right? It hasn't been a bad thing because we've got the star card on there. And so like that, I do feel that, you know, this is that Aquarius energy. It's that hopes, wishes, dreams, you know, being restored. And it's like, it's really been time to just reflect, relax, recover, and focus on those higher visions of what you want to unfold when you're ready to come out of that sort of hibernation time. Right in the energy of the present, look what we've got, our King of Wands. King of Wands is Aries energy. It's fire, it's passion, it's drive, it's leadership. He's a little bit like a minor arcana emperor, right? So it's going after what you want, not being afraid to take action. So I do feel, you know, as we come out of these retrogrades, yes, it's a very fiery energy. And we just came out of the Mars retrograde, and Mars rules Aries. It rules that fire. So, you know, there may be some false starts and a little bit of stuttering at the you know, as we begin back into direct motion. But there's definitely that feeling of like, finally, I'm ready to get going. I'm ready to take direct affirmative action. And yes, there's our little Queen of Swords. To me, that current energy of Venus conjunct Saturn is very Queen of Swords. Really is, because she is definitely like that gatekeeper that says, you know, if a relationship or a friendship or an association or a working situation isn't healthy and good for me, chop chop, out it goes. I don't need it in my life. She's very Libra energy. And I love, it's interesting, we have Libra here, Aries energy here. So it's those two sides. This is the relationship you have with yourself. This is the relationship you have with other people. And so it's very much, you know, affirmative direction. It's like, and if your relationship with other people isn't affirming your relationship with yourself, out they go. Out they go. This is a very chop chop energy that we're in right now. It's you know, no time for funny business. It's very much, and look at as we go into the future. It really is impacting our relationship and our love life, because of course the next sign that Venus is going into is Pisces, which is where Venus is exalted. It's the best place for Pisces, for Venus to be. And so, you know, love is definitely returning. It's not going to stay quite so detached forever here. Love is definitely on the horizon for us. As a group. And so I think too, of course, because this is Gemini ruled card, this does encourage positive communication, right? The other thing too is that Mars just went direct in Gemini. So, this comes into play as well. There's going to be that dynamic of like, if a relationship or an association is going to work out, we have to communicate well. We have to be upfront. There can't be anything hidden. Things have got to be above board, right? Because all things will come to light. That's how that feels always with the angel, with the sun. It's like all things will come to light. Let's get into a clarifier, please, on the Lover's card. Felt like two were coming out, so I'm going to take them. And we've got the Eight of Wands, and we've got the Queen of Cups, right? So some kind of either a relationship, business association, communication that maybe once was very quiet or wasn't really flowing at all starts to move much quicker, really quick, because we've got that Eight of Wands, Sagittarius energy, Cupid's arrows of love flying through the air, so it's like, by Valentine's Day, it feels like things are heating up. Queen of Cups, our water signs are really impacted here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. She's always, to me, very, very Scorpio. But I do feel that there's still this carefulness there, right? I think a lot of people are very guarded with their heart right now, especially if they've been hurt, they've been through a lot, they don't want to go through it again. Queen of Cups, she's very loving, nurturing, and all those beautiful things, but she's also very careful. Very discerning about who she lets into her life. So I think even though things are moving faster, there's still this sort of like, it's proceed with caution kind of feeling going into the future. On the undercurrent, what we're really having in our subconscious, everyone, is the Strength card. We're really feeling our strength, our courage, our inner balance, working with ourselves to be the best version of ourselves that we can. This is Leo energy. Definitely deals with ego impulses or triggers, and how that we work with our spiritual side, our higher mind, to not be only acting on ego impulses. But it also tells me that we have gotten a lot stronger on the whole, especially people that are really walking that spiritual path or that spiritual life. We've really gotten a lot stronger from the inside out. King of Pentacles, yeah, and much more grounded. My goodness, yeah. Very strong. It feels very strong. It's like, I feel like people that have really come through a hard time during the retrogrades, it's like you've really gathered your courage, your strength, and you're not going to let go of that, because the King of Pentacles is very grounded, very strong. Taurus energy. We got the bulls on the throne. And so it's like, I've really worked hard to ground myself and create some stability under me, and I'm not going to let that go. I think, honestly, that just feels like people are really, people who are walking a spiritual path are really emerging as coming out a lot stronger than they've been in a long time. On the top, crowning the spread, is the Page of Pentacles. So, Spirit is telling us, our higher mind is telling us that it may be time to start investing something into a new business, into a new path of study. Especially, those are the two things that are really connected to this card. Investing in some kind of new little venture or adventure. Slow but steady wins the race with this one. Always does with the Pentacles, right? You don't have to invest your whole life savings into something, and I don't recommend you do that anyway. But this is kind of saying, well, you know what? This looks like it might be good. So I'll put a little coin in there. I'll put a little time, maybe a little money. I'll see where this goes, And if it continues to be good, you might put another coin in there, right? And just kind of grow it as it comes. Ooh, but it could pay off doing it that way, because look at that Empress. That's like big rewards. And of course, she has really the energy of all the queens, right? She's like the queen of the queens. And so it's, there's that investment, and it's like, it's in love, it's in business, it's in resources, it's all of it. So this could apply to a number of things, whether you're putting some time and energy into a relationship, into a job, into a new class that you're taking, But whatever it is, it has a very, very good potential to pay off with that card, because it's like, whoa, you put a little bit in, and then it's like, boom, you get the garden, right? Let's get into some advice on how to operate with this. But these look like great cards to me, folks. These feel really nice. They're very strong. Wow. Woo! Star card coming out again, folks. Okay. Suggested approach. Shoot your shot. For sure. Knight of Cups. Again, you know, water signs. We got the Queen, we got the King, we got the Knight of Cups all coming out in this reading. You know, make those offers of love. Make those, ask your crush out. Give people a chance. Don't jump into just anything, because sometimes the Knight of Cups is a little bit seductive, right? It can be better than it seems, right? Can seem better than it really is. And so, yeah, just watch out for that Knight of Cups. But, you know, definitely don't be afraid to take somebody up on a love offer or a romantic offer. Don't be afraid to speak your heart, right? It may not go the way you want it, but it's good to get it out there. I think it's actually quite important, especially with that Lovers card in the future position. There's definitely some kind of emotional or spiritual conversations going on with that card. Let's get a clarifier, please. What is this about? Let's get a little more detail on him. It's very rambunctious. Yeah, this has there's some connotations of working together on something. These two came out around this one. Look at that Knight of Wands. I mean, this is just, there could be, for some of us or for some of the collective, there could be some really like fast and, you know, hot and heavy like romantic overtures coming in here, which, you know, I don't know how that's going to be received, because right now everybody's being kind of guarded and careful. So if somebody comes on really strong to you with this Knight of Wands, you might be like, whoa, buddy, that's a little too much. That's a little too soon. But we're getting this very interesting, you know, Knight of Wands and Knight of Cups. It's that Pisces Sagittarius energy. Here it is again with the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Wands, water and Sagittarius energy. So it's kind of like people are really like coming on strong. But the third card that came up for that, you know, suggested approach was the Three of Pentacles. So some of these offers could be something where you're working together, and that is extremely beneficial. There's some really interesting, there's offers of romance, friendship, but there's also, it looks like offers of like business partnerships and associations, which is really nice, like really nice energy. King of Cups in the what you need to know position is, you know, Cancer King energy. This is a trustworthy, solid, stable individual, people that you really can, you know, feel good about. They know their heart, they know what they want, they're not playing games. And I think, you know, why that's in the position of what you need to know is I feel like that's the litmus test. You know, it's like you need to get to know people to see, you know, what kind of energy they have. Are they a King of Cups, or are they just wasting your time, right? Let's get a clarifier on him. Let's get a little more detail on this. Yeah, because you've been through some heartbreaks. And these people might have been through some heartbreaks, right? You know, I think that has a lot to do with the energy I'm feeling in this reading. There's a lot of heartbreak in the past for folks, right? That Three of Swords. People are still recovering, right? I really do feel that. Whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, people are still in this recovery. And I almost feel like the most solid people that you meet are people that have been through something and they're healing from something, and they know they've been healing from it, right? They're actively participating in their own heart healing. It's That's how you kind of know. Like, and they're very honest about it. Like, they're just like, yep, here's what's happened, here's what I'm going through, and all that. Hopes and fears, the moon card, right? So I think that people are really nervous about things being cloudy, confusing, not upfront, or getting deceived again, right? This Pisces energy on that. A lot of Pisces coming out in this reading. A lot of Cancer coming out in this reading. A lot of water. A lot of water, a lot of fire. But some decent earth energy, too, to keep it grounded. You know, so that's why, again, proceed with caution, right? Take it easy. You may want to feel like you want to rush into things because the energy has been so stagnant for so long, and now it's moving really, you know, nice again, or it's starting to. So I would say that this is an energy where I feel like slow and steady wins the race always. Even though you might want to just rush right forward, pace yourself. That's really how that feels, right? Pace yourself. So that you don't feel like you're jumping into something too quickly or without checking out what's at the bottom of the pool before you jump in. Let's get a clarifier on top of the moon, please. And we have the Judgment, second chances, right? I do feel like that's the hope side of the hopes and fears in this position, right? Because people are definitely hoping for second chances and awakenings coming through. And the outcome is absolutely beautiful. We started in the past position with that Four of Swords and the Star. We got the Star coming out in the outcome as well. So, you know, return of hope, faith, light at the end of the dark tunnel, you know, Aquarius energy, and we're stepping into Aquarius season tonight. Isn't that great? I mean, that's really just, to me, like a great omen for Aquarius season. We're really stepping into the higher vibration of that sign, which is, you know, care for the mass consciousness. Revolutionary energy, doing the right thing for the good of everyone. And it is the new beginning with the Page of Wands, folks. I would also say Page of Wands many times brings us a happier energy, more joy, less heaviness. Remember to play, remember to be silly, remember to embrace your childlike energy. That's what that is right there. Absolutely. Wow. So yeah, it is. It's kind of like giving us all a kick in the seat. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands and the Hierophant. So happy homecomings, happier days ahead. The 11-11 energy of that card. Soul connections, soul friends, just a happier feeling. And it's solid, right? It's really solid because the Hierophant is Taurus energy. It's very grounding. There's something very grounding on the undercurrent of this reading. Let's get into a affirmation for this. This is a great read, guys. I feel really good about it, especially the Star came out twice. Very nice. I like it. Longevity. It feels really good. Look at the green, too. I'm just digging that green. All right. Attend to things before they become a problem. Especially take care of yourself on all levels. Pursue a healthy lifestyle to attain mental clarity and physical wellness. You may need a different approach to the situation at hand and be flexible. I feel this one because I've been really trying to take care of my health and make sure that I do attend to things before they become any kind of bigger issue. And I think that's kind of important for all of us. Like if you have that like nagging thing, like there's just something off that you feel like you need to figure it out, don't give up till you figure it out, right? To get to the heart of the matter, even if you've got to get different opinions. I've definitely been doing that because a lot of times, you know, you go to doctors and they're kind of stupid and my mom always says they're only practicing medicine. And I think that's very true. And you know, you have to try some different ones sometimes before you find one that really listens and really gets it. So don't give up. On the bottom, our animal spirit that came out was the horse, the free spirit. And I do feel like, the end of retrograde season gets us back into the flow of things. So it says, go for it. Signs of good fortune are all around you. You race off again fearlessly to a new level of achievement and success. Your intelligence, resourcefulness, empowered by heavenly inspiration, will take you far. But remember to take a break, right? And this is definitely coming out in this reading, is it's like, it's time for movement, but you don't want to absolutely wear yourself out, right? You don't want to overdo it. That's what I see, that balance between the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands, right? It's like there's that real fast and furious energy, because it's that rubber band effect, right? When Mars is retrograde, especially, it's like you've been pulling that rubber band, we're like waiting, and finally goes direct, and it's like bang, and it just flies forward way too fast. So moderate yourself, because the energy right now is going to have everybody wanting to just go. But it's best to just pace yourself. Go forward, but don't hit the wall, y'all. All right, friends. Thank you so much for joining me on my birthday. I'm so happy that we're getting out of these retrogrades. It's a great weight off of the energy for us, and I think it's going to improve as time goes along. But it's a good day. That's the best birthday gift of all for me. It's like, yay, the retrogrades are over. It's like, that's all I need. All right, my darlings. Well, have a wonderful night. And I will be seeing you again, hopefully real soon. Hey, Eric, good to see you. Thank you, Zalifa. Thank you, Ocean. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. It was great to see you again. Thanks so much, Eric. Oh, thank you, Daisy. Yeah, I wore my star. I've got my star crown. I got my Queen for a Day crown on. All right, babe. Good to see you. We'll talk soon. We'll all talk soon. I know we will. All right. Have a great night, y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.